You asked, I delivered. Today I'm going to introduce you to my new podcast, Ask Jenni. I just want to get you some of the feels, introducing myself as a coach, as a business owner, as a wife, as a mother. Join me as we continue this journey of growth together. Like, comment, and subscribe. So I am a little stuffy this Michigan weather. Tried to take your girl out, but I done took me some zinc and some Zyrtec, and I am just fighting all of the germs. But I'm here in the name of consistency because that's what I said I'm gonna do. So bear with me with this like nasally situation I got going on. But this came on because, again, reading a devotional, right? They said, freely you receive, freely you give. So this is a verse out of Matthew's, right? And it got me thinking about all of the different things that I see on social media, the different things I talk to about with my clients. And it really got me focusing on what's your intrinsic value. So I'm coming on here with my little, this is my preacher. This preacher ass Jenni today, because this just dropped so many gems on me just in that, freely you have received, freely you give, right? God already gave you everything. You got all the gifts. You on here with me on live trying to figure out how to grow your business. You on here trying to get some tax knowledge. You are so abundantly blessed. But I so often hear people saying, my time is money. You ain't gonna get this for free. I ain't giving away my secrets for free, right? And I get it. Because the number of people that say, hey, can I pick your brain? That's just not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair to ask an expert in their field, can you pick their brain about the service or their offer in their field? However, entrepreneurs, I want to urge you to get away from that shut down, here go my consultation fee, here go my cash app, right? I want you to give freely. I want you to think about all of the gifts that you have and give freely. All right, so Sazia said, what should you ask? Now, this is me, right? And this may vary from person to person. If you have a relationship with the person, say, hey, I have a question about something as it relates to your field. I know you're the expert. I just want to see if I could just have 2 seconds of your time. And you tell me and let them know. Say, hey, you tell me if I cross the consultation line. Be upfront with it. If it is somebody that you don't know, somebody that you're just following on Instagram, right? Respond to their video where they're talking about what you want more information on and ask the question. Ask the question. Don't be asking, hey, can we jump on a quick call? Hey, can I have a few minutes of your time? Hey, I'm posting about it, right? I just gave you the information. Ask the question. That's like somebody texting and saying, hey, you got a minute to chat. Or just texting, hey, is you my man? You cannot just text me, hey? What do you want? Say it. But asking someone to pick their brains is like you're diminishing the value of what their consultation fee is. Every single expert that you deal with, especially in a professional service, is going to have some level of a consultation fee, right? Creates healthy expectations and boundaries. Yes. Because here's the thing. You ask me, can you pick my brain? And I say no, right? That's my boundary. But now I done crossed over into somebody who, she said no. But guess what? Guess how many people ask me questions in my DMs and I answer them? I answer them. I respond. I respond to my comments. I talk back to you guys. I do entire videos on some of my people's questions. So it's not about the ask, it is more so about what you are asking. So I am encouraging you to give your value. So this brought in another message that was weighing heavy on my heart, especially with, my husband and I, we have our podcast, Finding Love, where we talk about relationships and dating and really give our perspective on the whole relationship thing, right? And one of the things in relationship is that we are constantly trying to see who's winning. You got score, he got score, she got score. And it's based on a performance measure. Even when we talk about, the high value man or what you bring it to the table, it's all based on performance measures. And that is something that I want to diminish right here, right now, in any facet of your life. So I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about in business. I'm talking about your intrinsic value. It is not a performance measure. So when I say give it away, and I say, go live, tell people, you're what you're an expert on, create content that shows your potential customers who you are and what type of things that you are offering. I am saying give it away, but I am not saying measure yourself on a performance base. So that doesn't mean your business has to be doing X amount of dollars in order to come on here and share your expert opinion. That doesn't mean that you even have to have your business started yet. You may be going live and telling things that you are an expert on just to see if people even want that. You may just be doing a little research. So you go on here and you cook a meal, right? And in all your comments, and this is a hilarious side note, because I cooked some dressing or stuffing, whichever one your family said. This was probably like 5 years ago, okay? And I did it on Instagram. Y'all, I had to delete this from my page because I had over 100,000 likes and comments. People going at it. Ooh, that look nasty. Ooh, I ain't never seen that before. Ooh, she must be from California. Don't even know what that means. And me and my BFF were cracking up. But I was like, I am not trying to go viral off of cooking. This is not what my brand is. So I took it down. But digress from my little side note story. You might be trying to see if people want your recipes, right? So you cook something on live and you tell them your secret ingredient and you do a little, hit them with a little NAR Smith on them, make your own bread on them, and nobody likes it. Nobody comments. Your friends and family don't even drop in the comments that, oh, I can't wait for you to make that again. Baby, that might not be your path. Something went right. Something didn't translate. And I'm not saying that you got to have 100,000 or of anything or even 10,000. I'm saying, if you got 300 followers and 30 of them are your family and friends, if not one of them commented on your cooking video, I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying that maybe this is the path. Maybe. And you tell me if you did differently. You tell me if, you got videos that didn't have no likes and comments and you still blew up in that field. Come on. I'm here for the case study. But I'm just saying that research and giving away that value is something that is going to take you far. But it is not based on your performance and what you've already done. So you may have never cooked a mass meal for any particular event or anything, but you know that you have a spirit of catering, right? You may know that you have, doctorate degrees and all type of education in a specific field, but you haven't necessarily gone out and launched your consulting business, or you haven't done any group coaching, but you're interested in it. Start talking about it. Maybe we didn't even know we needed an imposter syndrome group class. Maybe we just thought that was something that we were going to get over as we continue to go through it. But you say, no, I have been doing research for the last decade on where imposter syndrome comes from, where it has gotten trendy, because it's like came out of nowhere on me. This was not a thing when I was having it for real when I first started my business over 10 years ago. Just in case, you're like, oh, maybe everybody has it. Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I didn't know it wasn't a name. I didn't know it was a name, and it wasn't something that people dropped on every podcast like it is now. So I digress from my little tangent. But if you know that you have studied the psyche, you have really engaged with other business owners who have gone through this negative cycle of self-doubt, right? And you say, I want to have a group program where we're going to launch this and we're going to come together and we're going to hold each other accountable and we're going to raise each other up. You don't have to have the group. You don't even have to have several successful groups to start talking about the things that you do know. So giving away that knowledge, giving away that value is something that is what we are supposed to do, right? Going back to the Bible verse that I started with, right? You have already freely received, freely give in Matthew's. I am talking about, the be fruitful and multiply, not with kids, but in experts, right? So I wanted to share this very, I would say vulnerable story that I don't know if I really ever share with anybody outside of my husband. But probably about 7 years ago, an idea was introduced to share how to create tax businesses. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, I am not going to create more competition, right? And hold on, what about when you give your knowledge is used effectively and individuals that benefit don't acknowledge you? Is that okay? Oh, that's a good one. I like that question a lot. And I'm going to get back to my story because I want to get off that vulnerable moment anyway. But here's the thing. If you are giving away your expertise and you know that you are giving them thousands of dollars of value for free, you need to upfront let them know that in exchange, you want a testimonial. In exchange, I need you to review me. In exchange, I need you to give me 3, 4, 5 people that you know will benefit from this program or this service. You cannot be mad if you give something away without the expectation of that in return, and they don't do it just off the cuff. People have to almost be forced to support you. Okay? They will not come. Listen. This just gave me another little word real quick. Let me just back it on up. I have family members that didn't come to me until I was 5, 6 years in the game. And I'm like, where were you when I was on my knuckles begging for just community, okay? So make sure that when you are giving away very specific things, you want to ensure that your community or your, case study knows that they are a case study, and in return, you are expecting a testimonial review. Or at least that you get to drop their name or their business as you are using them as a case study moving forward. Especially if you were in a field where it's not proprietary information or, it's kind of hard with tax and accounting to be like, hey, can I tell people that you made $600,000 this year? Can't really do that. But make sure that you're making that ask. Now, again, I come on here and drop gems, okay? If you go on my page and you just binge it out real quick, you will hear business tips and things that I've learned from other business owners, things that have happened to me in business, new tax code that will save you tens of thousands of dollars. I'm giving that away. I'm just like, here guys, hope you see some value. I'm not saying, hey, you better like everything. You better share everything. You better comment. You better write a review. I'm not doing that. However, if I'm giving away an actual service, I am expecting, and I will make sure that that's explicit. So I hope that helped. But Going back to my story time. I said, absolutely not. I am not teaching other people how to start their own tax businesses. It seemed insane that they even thought of that, right? So fast forward, I'm in a group coaching program with Jerisha Hawk, talking about how to grow coaching programs, right? And she's awesome because she has this engineering mind, which is like analytical, but then she's creative and understands sales. So I really learned a lot, and I stay in some type of coaching or something like that, right? Because I believe in business development and understanding what you don't know. But she says it again. I said, oh, pipe down, Jerry. Oh, you're so... oh, thank you. Thank you for your help. But I've already explored that, and I'm just not ready for that. That was just 5 years ago. But when she said it, and this was the second time that I heard it, I started putting things in order. Okay, let me make sure I document every single thing that I do. Let me document what went right, what went wrong. Let me make sure that there are templates in place. Let me make sure that I like the software I'm on just in case I ever was to, invite others to join on that software, right? Started to build it. Started working with someone on building theirs. Did I lose? Not a penny. Actually grew tax season, right? But now I have a case study. Now I have a framework. Now I have everything that I need in order to launch. So what I'm saying is I was so stuck in just being like, oh, and this is, and I'm using me as an example because I don't want to talk about nobody else, but women especially, we are, stop gatekeeping. You got some cute shoes on, tell me where they from, okay? But I am not a gatekeeper by any means, but I was scared to give away my very specific knowledge about my very specific field. And I had to think about that. Why? I, on purpose, found a location that was within a 1 mile radius of about 5 to 6 other tax places. I did that on purpose. And it wasn't to steal their business, but it was because I understood that the demographics of our tax client is right here. So why would I not share and teach other people how to do what I did and better? So that's where I'm at, right? We have to get out of our own way. We have to stop thinking that if we share some knowledge with somebody that they just gonna come take all of our clients and they gonna just replace us. It's endless money out here. We in America, they just print, okay? Because we are trillions of dollars in debt and they just print. There is endless money out here. And so it also made me think about the people who have gifts in other ways. Some people can just disseminate information just like that. I mean, it just sounds good. Now, they don't necessarily have to be an expert in their field to take the notes of the expert and make sure that it comes out the way that it is supposed to come out. Singers, right? They don't necessarily have to be writers. Somebody write the song, somebody play the keys, somebody tell them the way it's supposed to be sang, and they sang it. You may be in a position where your gift needs other people. Your gift may need an expert to give you the notes. You may need the songwriter to give you the songs, but you have the power to get it out to the masses. But you're so stuck in, oh, I don't know what I'm talented at. Oh, I don't know if I'm good enough. Oh, I don't know if I'll have the time to build this out. Or I don't want to do what nobody else is doing. Do not reinvent the wheel. But this entire thing is about knowing what your value is, knowing where your talents are, knowing where your expertise lies, and who do you need to pour into so that your cup can be poured into. Because I'm telling you, the gatekeepers, the people that ain't telling nobody, the people who, that's a consultation fee, if you go talk to me, they are not winning. They are not winning. I'm telling you. Some of them my clients, I'm sorry, I love y'all too. But seriously, I see people who have a ton of followers. I see people who spewing out all type of wrong stuff, okay? I'm trying to think of her name, and I hate, I love to just give y'all context and give y'all a little name. But this person, she was married. They may still be married. They were married and they started a tax business. It was like a mobile tax business. And I was really, black couple, beautiful couple too, right? He's very handsome. She's very pretty. I'm like, oh, this is it. They winning. Then she went like viral off of a video talking about how she lives off of like $20,000 a year. She did it in the foyer of her home. Let me just tell you something about a foyer. You don't get one of them off of a $20,000 annual salary, okay? Houses don't just become a foyer. You just come in the door, okay? You might have a little mudroom situation, but they have a foyer with like double staircases, okay? She's saying that she lives off of $20,000 a year. And that's when I knew she was gimmicky and just saying stuff, right? Okay? I get it. I understand what my mortgage is. Y'all know what y'all rent is. You know what your car note is. How? So she's saying that she got the cheat code to budgeting and understand the taxes and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh. So then fast forward, probably like a couple years later, they both getting all type of charges, fraud, and they're getting sued, and all type of stuff is happening, right? That's because she fell in love with the goal. The goal was to get as many people, as many leads, to generate as much buzz around her brand as possible so that she could keep running it up on social media. Instead of fall in love with her true value of being an example and teaching other people how to start this business. I am encouraging you to disseminate the information that you do know. What are your real values? Who are you? Are you an expert in anything? Start sharing. Use that as research and allow that to propel you to know if you're going to release another service, if you're going to release a product, if you're going to even start that business. Start to do the research. Social media is all fun and games sometimes. But if you're on here and you're following me and you're on my live, I'm assuming that you're not just here for all of my very funny jokes. I'm assuming you are here because you want to develop your business. You want to grow. You want to understand and get some perspective on some things with taxes, accounting, budgeting, something, right? So if that's the case, I know that it's a business inside of you. Now, if you know that you want to run a business, you just don't know what kind, but you know that you are great at talking to people. You know that digesting information is easy for you. You know that you have access to a bunch of communities where you could give your service away to, right? I might have a business that I could teach you. But I digress. I want you to think about it. I want you to think of your worth and your value, not in terms of performance measures and what the Joneses have set up for us, right? It's not about how much your business is making or how big it is or how much of a following you have. It is about the things that you know you have that nobody else has. It might be compassion. I know that is something that has taken me a mighty far in the tax business. I never have gotten a large refund, ever. Before I had kids, I wasn't making a lot of money on a W-2 or anything where I could take out a whole bunch of taxes. And then I started business very early, so I always been knowing about how to pay taxes, right? So when I first sat down with my first, client who had a couple kids, and I thought I did something wrong with the numbers, because they getting 5, 6, 7,000. They said, well, I was trying to get 10. If I didn't have compassion, empathy, understand where other people are coming from, I would have been done right there. Day one, I'm out the game. So knowing your values, knowing what you possess and giving it away is something that we need to get back to the mindset of. And stop thinking that if I tell someone my secrets, or if I give someone this gem, or if I'm a gatekeeper, then I'm going to find this information. No, fool. The people who trying to get the information, go get the information. You're the only one that's just sitting there holding the bag just because of what? Stop what you're doing right now and write down 5 key characteristics of yourself. And remember, not with the performance mindset. So I don't want you saying I could run 10 miles in a minute. I want you to say, what are your values? I am kind, right? Meaning that I genuinely respect people. I genuinely appreciate people and can be kind to people. That doesn't necessarily mean nice, because I can get with you. I am compassionate. I care. I understand. Right? I love to laugh. So name 5 things about yourself and see where your value is. And start to share that with people. Don't gatekeep the greatness that God put in you. He can give you all that talent, all that expertise for you just to be chilling. So, like I said, look, I done got on here, my nose stopped running. I done got to run in my mouth. It's crazy. I said I was going to be on here for 2 minutes. I'm on here for 25. So, listen, I'm going to end there. I wanted to put that on your heart. Sometimes them devotionals just be hitting me. And they hit me with a word. I said, I got a message off of this. And it kind of derailed where I was going to go today. But I love it. I love staying in the moment of what's on me and what's around me and what's going on in life. So definitely, I hope that this message kind of got you thinking, got you feeling worthy. You are worth it, right? And just use that to propel you to where you're supposed to go. Is it in business? Is it in launching a new service? Is it in pivoting? We'll talk more, but I hope this message kind of touched you a little bit. Go ahead and share with 3, 4, 5 folk. I'll put it on my page in a minute. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Love you guys. Thank you for listening to this episode of Ask Jenni. Ask Jenni has been in the works since 2016. I have started tax team services, developed coaching programs for small business owners and tax professionals, and I've even started a podcast with my husband, Finding Love. You can follow me on Jenni L. Hendricks on all platforms. But before you leave, like, comment, subscribe, and ask Jenni anything. I'm here to talk to you more about business, life, love, and all things growth.